Okay, do we have any additions, deletions, or substitutions?
Madam Mayor, if I can direct your attention to our add delete sheet, we have a couple of items that I wanted to call to your attention. On page 83, 4F1, under our presentations, we had to revise a month. It reported June. It's actually July in item 4F1. We do have an add-on 4J1. I want to thank some of our staff from DOT who are here with us. We'll do a brief update on the DOT CSX road closure on Northlake Boulevard. Some of our other partners are going to be with us for that presentation as well. On page 84, 5A1, a revised summary. The yellow sheet was correct in terms of where the notice was published in the Palm Beach Post. We did that to reflect it on the agenda. Item 5B1 on page 85 has been deleted. This was the item that was voted on and supported by the board at the 7/2/25 emergency meeting last week. On page 102, 6H1 has been deleted for further review and moved to the August 19th meeting. And then on 6J1, the county attorney's office has requested this add-on to schedule a private meeting for attorney-client session to occur on July 22nd at 1 p.m. That is our addition, deletion, and substitutions.
Okay, may I have a motion for adoption, please?
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Weiss, a second from Vice Mayor Baxter. All in favor, all opposed, see that motion carries 7-0. We are now on to the consent agenda. Would anybody like to pull anything from consent? Do we have any cards on consent? Okay.
We have Christian Mancino, Nigel Mann, Thomas Strausser, and Nathan Gayling. We have two microphones you can come to.
And can you please indicate which item you're referencing? Your name and which the address and which item?
My name is Christian Mancino. Just for my address,
Yes, please.
4905 Midtown Lane, Palm Beach Gardens. Yeah, and I don't recall the number off the top of my head, but it was the thing about renaming the highway after the president. Yeah. So all I have to say about that is that I've been a lifelong resident of Palm Beach County, and whenever I think about the sort of principles, the reasons why I'm proud to have been raised here by the people around me, I think of principles like humility, self-control, generosity, kindness, compassion, to those different from myself, open-mindedness. And when I heard this news of this proposed name change, I was honestly shocked and ashamed because I believe that our president not only fails to live up to these ideals, he is almost uniquely antithetical to them in his policy and personal life in almost every measurable way. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Go right ahead, sir.
All right. My name is Nathan Galang from Green Acres. Like the last speaker, I'm going to speak on the part of the agenda about the road. I'm just going to go straight into it. We should not be honoring a man who said he would look out for labor but then paralyzed the NLRB, National Labor Relations Board. We should not be honoring a man who said he'd look out for the little guy but then cut the CFPB, which returned $20 billion to defrauded Americans. We should not be honoring a man who cut cancer research and science funding while deporting 4-year-olds with cancer, a man who proclaimed to be the peace candidate, but increased drone strikes 432%. Killed 300,000 of the poorest people on the planet by cutting U.S. aid, with 14 million deaths on the way and 4.5 million lives soon to be ended being of those under 5 years old, 17 million Americans losing their health care because he wants to give more money to the owner class. And to tie honoring this man to fallen officers, which my understanding is that it is tied, feels like a cynical move and an insult to people that actually serve. It's a shameful display of bootlicking, glazing, and rioting, and I understand that some of the commissioners share a party with the man, but you guys got to put people over party. And I agree that we should honor the fallen officers, but rather than honoring the butcher in Washington, there are people more deserving of respect. Franklin Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt, Huey Long, Dr. King, James Baldwin, Muhammad Ali. And if you want someone living, we can look at the UAW's very own Sean Fain, and I'm in with this. Not only do I want you to show some respect to real American heroes like those I listed and the fallen officers, I want you to show respect to the people in Texas who lost their lives because Noah was cut. Show some respect to the poorest people in the world dying due to AIDS because the richest guy in the world thought it'd be fun to cut USA. Give respect to the people being bombed right now by this president. Give respect to Nora al-Awlaki, the 8-year-old American citizen killed by Donald Trump in his first raid, whose last words were, "Don't cry, mama, I'm fine." And finally, have some self-respect, because this idol worship of a butcher and a killer, it should be below you. And it's my view that this is embarrassing. Thank you very much.
Good morning, members of the County Commission and Mayor. My name is Thomas Strausser, and I live at 509 27th Street in the old Northwood neighborhood of West Palm Beach. I am here today as well to express my concerns with the proposed resolution, which is Agenda Item 3A2, combining the honorary designation markers for the PBSO motorman highway officers, along with the bill to make a portion on President Donald J. Trump Boulevard. Combining these bills, in my opinion, will politicize what should be a nonpartisan and community honor for those who serve the great county of Palm Beach. The 3 officers who lost their lives in the tragic accident last November deserve a dedication that is free from any other initiative, especially one as controversial as proposed naming of a portion of the same road for the current president. Renaming public infrastructure such as roads should reflect values that unify the community and honor individuals with broad, lasting, and nonpartisan contributions. Naming a portion of Southern Boulevard after a highly scrutinized political figure risks creating further divide in our city and county. Additionally, public naming usually occurs well after a public figure's term in office is complete and is meant to honor the contributions made by that individual. Given that the current president is a convicted felon and has contributed much divide in our country, I do not see a purpose other than short-term political momentum. I feel that there are many other pressing issues within our county, such as homelessness, mental health, first responder support, that these funds could be used in much better use. I sincerely hope that you will take this into consideration and split these 2 efforts for a proper vote on each item. Thank you for your time today and to the service of our community.
Good morning. My name is Nigel Mann. I live at 910 Sunset Road in Pineapple Park, and I'm here to address item 3A. I am here to address the resolution supporting the construction of honorary designation markers on a portion of Southern Boulevard between Kirk Road and South Ocean Boulevard. My office is on Gun Club Road, and I live in Pineapple Park, so my daily commute takes me along this route. The theme of the process to honor an individual includes significant contribution to the community, serving the public good, and military service or heroism. The honorees include Staff Sergeant Matthew Sitton, KIA Kandahar, SPC Daniel Agami, KIA Baghdad, Master Deputy Bradley Link, killed whilst responding to a home disturbance, Sheriff Gary Borders, Florida Dare Sheriff of the Year, and 3 Palm Beach County deputies, Luis Paez, Dan Diaz, and Butch Waller. To this pantheon, we are asked to include an individual with 34 felonies who lost on appeal a $5 million sexual abuse case against him, a man who reportedly called soldiers suckers, losers, and stupid, a man who during recent speech claims he hates Democrats because they hate him, Democrats who, as of July 7th, 2025, according to the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections, number 329,127 active voters here in Palm Beach County, and where we outnumber Republicans by 31,473 votes.
Please, nothing from the crowd.
A man who moved to the Palm Beach County community from New York because his felony convictions prohibited him from participating in any elections. This man may be the best example that Hillsborough County Senator Jay Collins would want to honor here in Palm Beach County. But unlike the example set by the Florida legislature and the Congress of the United States, I urge the Commission not to be afraid of being the first one to stop clapping, and join me in recognizing that Donald Trump does not deserve any more accolades than what are already being heaped upon him by his many sycophants. Thank you.
Do we have any other cards?
Sir, yes, we have Victoria Doyle and Dan Photon.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Victoria Doyle. I live in Lake Worth Beach. Do you need the street address?
You're fine. Go right ahead.
Okay. I'm here to oppose the honorary renaming of Southern Boulevard to President Donald J. Trump Boulevard. The Republican state legislature and Republican Governor DeSantis passed this bill to honor and pay tribute to President Trump. But President Trump is not an honorable man. This is what he said at the Iowa State Fair last week, Thursday. Not one Democrat voted for us, meaning his big, beautiful bill. Quote, only because they hate Trump, but I hate them too. You know what? I really do. I hate them. I cannot stand them because I really believe they hate our country. 3 weeks after a Democratic speaker in Minnesota was assassinated with her husband and her dog in her own home by a deranged Trump supporter. We are a majority Democratic county. Why would we reward this kind of hate speech and potential incitement of further political violence against Democrats by giving him this honorific that we have to see every day of our lives? The renaming bill requires local approval. That's you. We do not have to do this. You have the power to vote no, no thank you if you want to be civil, and not roll over like so many scared and cowardly politicians around the country. We don't have to acquiesce to DeSantis and the Republicans' big ego stroke of Trump. We don't want this, and he doesn't deserve it. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hello, I'm Dan Photo. I'm also a resident of West Palm Beach, and I live just 3 blocks from Southern. We don't need this man celebrated. We need him condemned. We don't need this man elevated. We need him toppled. We don't need this man honored. We need him shamed. And we certainly don't need this man memorialized. We need him ostracized. Let's not forget, this man has revoked research funding for Alzheimer's, for cancer, for HIV/AIDS, and for other diseases. Just last week, he shut down life-saving, state-of-the-art weather predicting technology, and has recently revoked funding for the NOAA and FEMA, organizations that we rely on here to save lives. Why would we memorialize a man who gleefully celebrates Alligator Alcatraz, an internment camp where thousands of presumably undocumented immigrants are being sent in fear for their lives, concerned about waking up wrapped by a python, hunted by hungry alligators and crocodiles in a swamp with species that are looking to kill for food? Why would we memorialize a man who divides and minimizes us by our race, our culture, our ethnicity, our gender, our sexual orientation, religion, and socioeconomic status? This man is a known, self-professed sexual predator and a convicted felon 34 times over for fraud. Look, there are remarkable history makers and public servants worthy of being memorialized, right? There's Rosa Parks, there's Martin Luther King Jr., there's Harvey Milk, there's these officers who gave their life in service to their community. These are people who, in one way or another, they understand suffering, sacrifice, struggle, and fear.
who worked to lift all boats, to help society's vulnerable, who empowered scores of others to realize their passions, their potential. They protected our communities from bad actors and predators. They served the greater good in purpose and in deed. These are heroes deserving to be memorialized. This grifter, this fraud, this predator, this malignant cancer, this liar, this con, Donald J. Trump, he's intent on destroying what's great about America. He's intent on breaking down the institutions that bring us together, that help the world, that help us become stronger and better. Vote no on naming any street, any highway, building, or learning institution after this incompetent, reckless, and dangerous man. Thank you.
That's all the speaking cards, 6 non-speaking for the clerk.
Thank you. All right, so I see no lights on. Maybe we get a motion and a second for the approval of the consent agenda?
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda.
I have a motion from the Vice Mayor, a second from Commissioner Woodward. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I see that that motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Okay, we are on to special presentations. This is always the fun part of our meeting. Commissioner Powell, you want to go first? I got you first on my list here. Okay. And you're doing two also, right?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the County Commission. Of course, my name is Bobby Powell, Jr., County Commissioner representing District 7 in Palm Beach County. This proclamation today I will present to an organization that I've had the opportunity to work with who has done great work in the community, has been a leader, has inspired many, and have seen many of its members go on to be very, very successful. The group has also visited me when I was in Tallahassee. I would like to call Ms. Janine Wester to the stands, as well as Ms. Calinthia Diddler, and anyone else who is here for Empower Her. Please come up. This proclamation this morning, the recipient Empower Her of the Palm Beaches, EMPOWHER, Empower Her, declares July 2025 as Empower Her of the Palm Beaches Month. Empower Her of the Palm Beaches is a distinguished nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting women and girls by fostering personal, economic, political, educational, and youth empowerment. And whereas in 2025 marks the 10th anniversary of Empower Her of the Palm Beaches' active participation in the community. Since its founding, the organization has served as a catalyst for change in South Florida, creating innovative programs and initiatives that promote leadership, advocacy, wellness, and civic engagement. And the organization's signature initiative, the Empower Her Leadership Academy for Girls, provides a transformative educational experience for academically strong young women from diverse backgrounds, equipping them with the tools and confidence to become future leaders in their communities and beyond. And whereas Empower Her Leadership Academy for Girls cultivates excellence through mentorship, service, and exposure to career pathways, empowering participants to realize their full potential and make meaningful contributions to society. And through conferences, wellness summits, leadership workshops, and strategic collaborations, Empower Her of the Palm Beaches and its Academy continue to amplify the voices of women and girls while addressing disparities and championing equity and opportunity. And the impact of Empower Her's work extends beyond programming. It nurtures a legacy of strength, grace, and transformation that inspires present and future generations. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 8th day of July 2025, that July 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Empower Her of the Palm Beaches Month.
Thank you, Commissioner Powell and the entire commission. It is indeed a pleasure to accept this proclamation. Our work still remains. We're looking forward to continue to empower the women and the girls of Palm Beach County. Former County Commissioner Virginia Baker also inspired us to continue our efforts. She carried the arm with the young ladies that we mentor. So we look forward to continuing this effort, and thank you for acknowledging us.
Good morning. While they're getting their photos taken, I'd like to ask that Keith Clinkscale, Marcelo Millett, Stacey Coceres, Megan Houston, Cliff Battles, Tammy Burton, Deb Drum, Matt King, Casey Prankin, and Ron Rice join me up here. And this makes up the members of the Environmental Protection Cross-Departmental Team. Good morning. Good morning. We are declaring July 2025 as Plastic-Free July. Whereas Plastic-Free July is a global movement that encourages people to use less or no plastic in the month of July. Whereas this month helps millions of people to be part of a solution to plastic pollution, which promotes cleaner streets, oceans, beaches, and communities. And whereas substantial amounts of plastic continue to increase in landfills, and plastic can take up to 500 years to deteriorate, less than 9% of plastic actually gets recycled. Whereas making change, such as eliminating single-use plastics from day-to-day habits, can collectively make a significant difference to our communities and natural resources. Whereas local residents have been strong supporters of county efforts to protect and enhance the environment, including the preservation and restoration of natural areas, the maintenance and enjoyment of public parks, and active participation in beach cleanup initiatives. Whereas Palm Beach County supports resilience initiatives and shares information regarding how residents, businesses can reduce reliance on single-use plastics. Whereas the county strategic planning and performance management environmental protection cross-department team made up of 12 departments promotes programs and activities that protect, preserve, and enhance natural resources while providing for sustainable living and climate resilience. Whereas it is the intent of the county to reduce the negative impacts of plastic, as well as to join with the international effort to reduce pollution and health risks related to plastic. Residents, businesses, institutions are encouraged to use this month and beyond as a reminder to refuse single-use plastics, utilize reusable bags, straws, and utensils, and encourage others to undertake similar actions. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 8th day of July 2025, that July 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Plastic-Free July. Congratulations, and I think we have some comments.
Good morning, Commissioners, and thank you, Commissioner Weiss, for sponsoring this year's Plastic-Free July proclamation. I'm Stacey Caceres. I am a Resilience and Sustainability Analyst with the Palm Beach County Office of Resilience. It is a pleasure to be here today alongside my colleagues from the Environmental Protection Cross-Departmental Team as we recognize this important initiative. The Environmental Protection CDT brings together 12 departments across the county working in partnership to advance environmental stewardship and lead the way toward a cleaner, healthier future for our communities. Plastic Free July is more than just a campaign. It's a global movement that encourages each of us to pause and reconsider the impact of our everyday plastic use. By refusing single-use plastics and adopting simple, sustainable habits, we collectively contribute to cleaner oceans, neighborhoods, and public spaces. Palm Beach County is proud to be part of this international effort. Through our cross-departmental collaboration and strategic resilience goals, we remain committed to protecting our natural resources and empowering residents and businesses to make a positive difference. Let's use this month and the momentum it brings to champion lasting change, whether it's choosing reusable bags, straws, and containers, or encouraging others to do the same. Every small step matters. Thank you.
Now I'd like to recognize and bring to the stage, to the podium, Deborah Feinsinger and Mr. Will Romulus. This proclamation goes to Digital Vibes, which of course is my daughter's favorite group. She's been participating with Digital Vibes and dancing since she was 15 months. This proclamation is to recognize the 14th annual Kids Fit Jamathon, decked out with some kids. Kids Fit Jamathon, hosted by Digital Vibes Incorporated, is an innovative, interactive, concert-like experience for youth that motivates and inspires them to dance, stay fit, and live healthy lives. And Palm Beach County takes special notice and acknowledges the exceptional service that Digital Vibes Incorporated has provided for more than 15 years to our citizens of the highest potential, our children. And in 2010, Digital Vibes Incorporated was founded to reach out to underserved youth in the county by mentoring them through dance fitness, technology, and the arts. And the organization partners with more than 200 local after-school sites, community-based organizations, and summer camp programs serving thousands of children each year. And Digital Vibes Incorporated serves all children in Palm Beach County and some neighboring communities. And Digital Vibes, Inc. has hosted events such as Let's Move PBC and programs such as wellness workshops, fitness jams, and digital expressions where children can create songs and videos to express themselves. And whereas Kids Fit Jamathon is the largest kids dance fitness concert in the nation, and Digital Vibes, Inc. has grown a national following and has participated in a viral video dance on TikTok with over 42 million views, bringing national and international attention to Palm Beach County. And Digital Vibes, Inc. will host its largest event yet this year with dance, fitness, healthy activities, snacks, and dance performances by local students, where the winners of competitions will take home cash prizes. And the event will be held at the South Florida Fairgrounds in West Palm Beach, and all residents are encouraged to join in congratulating and celebrating Digital Vibes, Inc. on its 14th annual Kids Fit Jamathon. Now, Therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County assembled in regular session on this 8th day of July 2025 that the board recognizes the 14th Annual Kids Fit Jamathon.
We want to thank the Board of County Commissioners for recognizing us and Digital Vibes and Commissioner Bobby Powell. We did visit him also in Tallahassee, and we did get him moving and dancing in his office, and that's what we do for over 5,000 youth this year, taking place at the South Florida Fairgrounds next Wednesday, all day long.
That's right. It's Palm Beach County is hosting the largest Kids Fit concert in our whole nation here at the South Florida Fairgrounds. So it's a great accomplishment, and we truly thank each one of our commissioners for championing our county residents to take control of their health by staying physically active. And we also would like to invite each one of you guys to come out and meet our kids. Many of you guys already RSVP'd. And we would like to see all of you guys to come out and give our kids high five and welcoming them and all this good things. So it's thousands under one roof. Yes, thank you.
All right, I'd like to ask Parker Foreman, Liliana Millett, and Jacurian Williams to join me up here at the lectern. Morning. Good morning. How are you? Well, we are declaring that August 2025 in Palm Beach County is Youth Entrepreneurship Month. Whereas the future prosperity of Palm Beach County depends on creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurial spirit of its youth, and whereas youth entrepreneurship equips young individuals with leadership capabilities, financial literacy, and strong work ethic, while also contributing to economic prosperity and the advancement of vibrant, resilient communities. Palm Beach County recognizes the importance of providing resources, mentorship, and opportunities to help young entrepreneurs turn their ideas into successful ventures. The Office of Equal Business Opportunity supports youth entrepreneurial efforts by hosting the annual Mind Your Business Youth Entrepreneurship Forum. And the county remains dedicated to advancing programs, initiatives, and collaborations that inspire and empower youth to explore and engage in entrepreneurial pursuits. Whereas celebrating youth entrepreneurship will help to inspire schools, businesses, and community organizations to collaborate in nurturing the next generation of innovators and business leaders. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 8th day of July, 2025, that August 2025 in Palm Beach County will hereby be proclaimed Palm Beach County Youth Entrepreneurship Month.
Good morning. My name is Jacorian, and I'm the owner and founder of Neighborhood Helpers. I started my business to help neighbors with things like yard work, pet sitting, and assembling furniture and small chores, especially for people who can't do them or just don't have the time. I once had the great honor of assisting an elderly American veteran who had lost one leg in service by putting together furniture in his own. It felt good to know I can make his day a little easier. Being a young entrepreneur has taught me responsibility, confidence, and how to serve my community. Thank you for recognizing youth entrepreneurship and for encouraging kids like me to dream big and help others.
Good morning, and thank you for the honor. My name is Parker Foreman, and I own Food for Need, Inc. It's a nonprofit that is out of Delray Beach, and we cook over 300 pounds of food each week and deliver it to those in need. And I thank you guys for the honor this morning.
Well, Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Liliana Millett. I'm 15 years old and I'm the owner of Sunshine Handmade Designs, where I make handmade candles and other crafts. I got interested in starting my own business during COVID, actually in this building, and when I attended a virtual event called Mind Your Business. It really inspired me with the help of my parents, Ryan and Marcella Millett, and I decided to start my own business. It's been over 4 years now, and I'm still going strong. I've had the chance to come back as a guest speaker at the same event that first inspired me. I'm also a registered vendor with Palm Beach County, and I've been a part of events like Lagoon Fest, Garlic Fest, and several local youth markets. I've even sold my product to some of you, including you, Mr. Bartolome. Running my business has taught me a lot about hard work and has also helped me open my own Roth IRA for my future and donate over $3,000 to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So thank you for supporting programs. Like Mind Your Business that help kids like me turn big ideas into real businesses. We are the future of our community's economic growth. If you'd like to learn more about my business, you can also talk to me or Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Bella Mayorka, and I'm the founder of Flash Sign Design. I'm here today because of one event that changed everything for me, Mind Your Business. Before attending that event, starting a business felt like a distant idea, something other people did, but Mind Your Business gave me the tools and encouragement to do, and most importantly, the belief that I could do it too. That event sparked the idea for Flash Sign Design, my business that will be launched by the end of July. This business will use AI to help customers design their own custom signs easily and creatively, right from their phone or computer. Once their design is finished, it goes straight to our trusted US-based manufacturers, where it's brought to life and shipped directly to their door. What started as an inspiration at an event turned into something real, something I'm proud of. And it wouldn't have happened without the support of this community and the resources that were available through Mind Your Business. Thank you for continuing to create a space for young entrepreneurs like me to grow, build, and give back.
Good morning, Commissioner Weiss. Thank you. Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the board. On behalf of the Office of Equal Business Opportunity, we're excited to accept this proclamation. It is evident that our children are certainly our future, and we have a group of young entrepreneurs behind me that are well on their way to success. The event is scheduled for August 2nd from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. It will be held in the zoning chambers. We will invite you personally, members of the board, to attend the event. And for our young entrepreneurs who are thinking about an idea, for those who maybe want to be an entrepreneur but don't know how to do it, registration is now open for the 6th annual Mind Your Business Conference, so please visit our website and register today. Let's give another round of applause to these amazing entrepreneurs.
Commissioner Sachs, you're up. That's fine. No, that's fine.
If I may, Madam Mayor. My name is Maria Saxon, and it gives me great honor today to announce that July 8th is Jerry Caprio Day. And I say it just as she would. Jerry Caprio was born in Flint, Michigan. Now, I'm from Michigan. I'm from Detroit. So it's a great honor to stand here and proclaim that someone is born in Flint, Michigan. Because it's a tough city, but it's a city that has produced many, many great Americans, and Jerry Caprio is one of them. She's a dedicated member of the Horses and Hounds Foundation, which is a 501c3 charitable organization. But a lot of people don't know about Ms. Caprio, which is that she's a celebrated and honored equestrian in her own right. Her passion, not only for horses, but for equine therapy and helping shelter animals, has left an indelible mark in our county and has proven to be instrumental in providing healing and to individuals facing physical and emotional challenges, putting up a setting for rehabilitation and personal development. Through her efforts, this one woman's efforts, she has achieved a network of volunteers, a team around her who will come up as part of this honor and share her vision for a more compassionate and inclusive community. Her approach extends beyond animal welfare, encompassing initiatives that address societal issues such as health care, veterans suffering from PTSD, and little kids, foster children, who when they come to her ranch and they see the horses and the fairies in the forest, it fills their hearts with joy. Jerry Caprio's commitment to advocacy to create experiences for children of all ages, even some my age, to go there and experience this beautiful, beautiful environment, gives us a time to honor her and gives her this day as Jerry Caprio Day. So whereas Jerry Caprio is a shining example of how one individual who has passion and determination and a dream to make things more beautiful for foster children, for abused children, for veterans suffering from PTSD, and for all of us, to transform our lives and uplift our communities, enhancing the quality of life here in Palm Beach County. Therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners on this, the 8th day of July, that on this day, July 8th, 2025, is hereby proclaimed in your honor, Jerry Caprio Day. Jerry, if you'd like, we could have Teoka Grody, April Lewis, Donald Wolf, Peter Torres, Ryan Anda, Amanda Anda, Janet Pelosi, Jorge Gonzalez, and Alejandra Gonzalez up with you. This is the team that I have said that she has formed around her to help so many people. And before we do the picture, folks, Jerry, would you like to say anything? Yes. Okay.
For the past 17 years, I have been raising funds for small grassroots organizations that help animals in shelters, nonprofit hospitals, which is Justin Bartlett, Tri-County, and other shelters, Peggy Adams. Also, a very important small grassroots organization is Simplify Service Dogs, which their organization makes dogs at no charge for our veterans with PTSD. It's been my honor to help these people and their organizations. Thank you very, very much for this beautiful proclamation.
Getting the picture? Here's a proclamation.
Good morning, everyone. While they take their picture, I am extremely honored to be able to declare July 2026 as National Zookeepers Week. And I'm going to call up Renee Bumpus. I hope I didn't mess up your name. Okay, good. Kelly Fad, San Minky? Minky? Okay, sorry about that. Sarah Godoy and Lily Collins to come up and join me. Declaring July 2026-2025 as National Zookeeper Week. Whereas National Zookeeper Week is observed each year during the third week of July to recognize the skills, dedications, and conservation leadership of zoo professionals nationwide. And whereas whereas Palm Beach Zoo and Conservation Society of Dreyer Park Let me start over, I'm sorry. Whereas Palm Beach Zoo and Conservation Society of Dreyer Park is an AZA accredited institution caring for more than 550 animals representing over 190 species, many of them threatened and endangered. And whereas Palm Beach Zoo zookeepers provide round-the-clock husbandry and enrichment, from daily training of jaguars and sloth to innovative habitats such as the new elevated Malayan tiger forest trails, which debuted with the arrival of an 11-year-old tiger, Olan, in 2025. Whereas these professionals serve as frontline conservationists, engaging visitors and local schools in programs such as Save the Florida Panther Day and year-round wildlife-friendly initiatives that encourage reusable bottles and light-out practices to protect migratory birds. And whereas Palm Beach Zoo zookeepers help advance global conservation science through partnerships housed in the LEED Gold certified Malvin J. and Claire Levine Animal Care Complex, demonstrating leadership in sustainable and animal care design. And whereas their passion and expertise inspire more than 325,000 annual guests to act for wildlife, strengthening Palm Beach County's reputation as a community that treasures biodiversity and environmental stewardship. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 8th day of July 2025, that July 20th through the 26th, 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed National Zookeeper Week.
Thank you so much to the commissioners and Commissioner Flores. Just such an honor to receive this proclamation. I'm Renee Bumpus. I'm the Chief Animal Conservation Officer at the zoo, and I've been in zookeeping for 20 years, over 25 years now, and seen many species come back from the brink of extinction. The people that you see here have all dedicated their lives to making sure that that's the case, and Florida in itself should be so proud of just successes they've seen in bringing species back. We have one panther that you can visit at the zoo. Her name is Sassy, and these people behind me take care of her, give her the best health care that she could ever receive. We work very carefully with people in the field, working on Florida panthers there too. Her mother was hit by a car when she was too young to be able to survive in the wild, so the FWC brings her to us and just asks us to keep her. And she inspires now all the Floridians that come through the zoo, and everyone is there to celebrate the fact that now Florida panthers, you know, in the 70s, they were down to 20 to 30 of them, now up over 200 animals in the wild. So Florida should be super proud of its success in saving species from extinction as well. So thank you so much. All of our team is so grateful for this proclamation, and thanks to Florida for loving wildlife.
So while they're taking their picture, I'm going to call up everybody who wants to be involved with our parks. I've got a really long list. Anybody who wants to be in the picture, just come on up. We have Tammy Fields, Jennifer Cirillo, Indira Prasad, Eric Ryan, Tevin Ali, Eric Garbers, Rich Smolin, Juan Calderon, George Dixon, Meredith Schuler, Juan's son, who is part of youth from First Tee, Gladys Wingham, Asia Scott, Alexandra Caston, Noah Peterson, Piper Medina. Anybody else who wants to be in the picture and who's got this great lapel sticker on? We've got more. I love the fact that it says golf on it, being a professional golfer. The fact that our county has over 90 holes of golf. We have 80 ball fields. We have 145 playgrounds. We have 5 nature centers, 398 campsites, 7 pools, 78 boat slips, 52 multi-purpose sports fields, 31 boat ramps, 8 performing and visual arts centers. The fact that we are a leader when it comes to parks and recreation is very, very well known. And this group of folks in front of me right here help make all those parks survive and thrive the way they do. So it is my honor to be doing this proclamation as we declare July 2025 as Park and Recreation Month. Whereas the Palm Beach County Parks and Recreation Department is celebrating 53 years of providing healthy, happy living to everyone in our communities. And whereas communities with successful park systems, such as those in Palm Beach County, provide opportunities for all residents to conveniently connect with the outdoors. And whereas Parks and Recreation promotes health and wellness, improving the physical and mental health of people who live near and visit parks. And whereas Parks and Recreation programming and educational activities, such as out-of-school time recreations, youth sports, swim instructions, and environmental education are critical to childhood development. And whereas Parks and Recreation increases a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of the local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, and proactive crime reduction, and whereas Parks and Recreation is fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community, providing places for wildlife to thrive and for all people to connect with nature and outdoor recreation, and whereas Parks and Recreation facilities that incorporate blue-green infrastructure help to create a more resilient community when faced with the effects of natural disasters and climate change. And whereas this year's national theme for Parks and Recreation Month, Build Together, Play Together, aligns with the department's commitment to bring people together, finding common ground through parks and recreation, including our public golf courses. And whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Parks and Recreation Month, and whereas Palm Beach County recognizes the essential benefits derived from Parks and Recreation resources and our National Gold Medal Award-winning Parks and Recreation Department team, now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session today, July 8th, that we hereby proclaim July 2025 as Parks and Recreation Month. Ms. Cirillo.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. On behalf of all the public servants working in Parks and Recreation, really across the country, thank you for recognizing locally the power of parks on mental, physical, and social health. I want to shine a quick light on our summer interns who are here with us today. Yes, so we have Asia, who works in our Glades District Park section. We have Piper from, Asia's with Florida A&M University, and thank you, Commissioner Powell, for the reference, appreciate that. Piper, who goes to Forest Hill High School, works in John Prince Park operations, kind of the nerve center of our department. We have Alexander, who's working at Okeechobee Nature Center, and Noah, who's working with our planning, research, and development team, who goes to FSU. Oh, and Alexander goes to PBA. So we're well represented here with universities. These are the future of our park system, our future public servants, so we appreciate that. Also, our golf team that is here is amazing. They have a nice little fun contest. They're Audubon certified, fully public funded by their users. They do not rely on
on our taxes at all, so that we're really proud of that accomplishment. World-class golf facilities that we have here. And a quick shout out to Marty Lerner, if he's watching, although I suspect he's on a golf course. He's 82 years old. Golf is a lifelong sport. He had 2 hole-in-ones in the same round at Park Ridge Golf Courses last Sunday, if you can believe it, which is like 67 million to 1. So shout out to Marty. We love you, and thanks for supporting parks.
Anniversary of the Guatemalan Mayan Center, and here with me is Father Frank O'Loughlin, Mariana Blanco, Guillermo Carrasco, Lindsay McElroy, and Petrona Lopez. All right, recognizing July 7th, 2025 as the 33rd anniversary of the Guatemalan Mayan Center, whereas on July 7th, 1992, Father Frank O'Loughlin founded the Guatemalan Mayan Center in the Lake Worth Beach to support indigenous Guatemalan refugees and other migrant families. And whereas over 33 years, the Guatemalan Mayan Center has grown into a frontline nonprofit that has assisted more than 16,000 people in 2024 and distributed more than 5,000 boxes of food. And whereas the Guatemalan Mayan Center, Escuelita, Maya Preschool, after-school tutoring and summer camps foster academic achievement and cultural pride among migrant children. And whereas outreach teams host community ID drives, health clinics, and legal rights workshops, increasing health care access for migrant families by 70% last year. And whereas in April 2025, the Center for Engaged and Transformative Education recognized the Guatemalan Mayan Center with awards for contextually engaged leadership, highlighting its innovative community-based models. And whereas despite challenges faced in May 2025, the Guatemalan Mayan Center staff have demonstrated unwavering resilience and continued to uphold human dignity while providing critical aid to the community. And whereas the Guatemalan Mayan Center's enduring compassion and advocacy enrich Palm Beach County's cultural fabric and strengthen our commitment to justice and inclusion. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 8th day of July 2025, that the Board hereby recognizes July 7th, 2025 as the 33rd anniversary of the Guatemalan Mayan Center.
Thank you so much, County Commission. For over 33 years, the Guatemalan Maya Center has provided essential services annually to over 16,000 families in Palm Beach County. Services that are constantly changing based on the needs of our people, to make sure that the needs of our residents are met. At a time when our communities are being targeted, they're being tormented, our families are being separated, and they're forced to live in the shadows, this commission is choosing to recognize our work. Recognizing our work means recognizing our people. We accept this proclamation along with the Commission's promise to stand by the people. We're thankful to our County Commission for celebrating the work that Father Frank started over 4 decades ago. The GMC will continue to stand with the people for another 33 years. Thank you, and thank you, Commissioner Flores.
I arrived on Military Trail and Southern Boulevard 60 years ago, and I was adopted there by the migrant workers, and they gave me a real reason to live. I hate to see Southern Boulevard now taken away from them. They should know when they come down the street that they are beloved, valued. They are us, and our hearts and souls are with them, and we are not part of the monstrous things that are being done to them today. So may I accept this occasion, this award, as your commitment that we shall see a better day. Undoubtedly, in a year and a half, we'll be back at the polls again. We will see a better day.
While they're taking their picture, I just want to comment that Father Frank has been a stalwart advocate for all of the peoples of Central America, as well as Mariana Blanco, and they have helped so many people over the years, and I hope that they continue with their projects and their protection of the people of Central America. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, for allowing me.
All righty, we're on to our last proclamation, or in this case, a certificate of commendation. Doug Weiss, would you like to join us? Whitney Carroll, would you like to join us too? And I also have one card of someone who wants to recognize you also. Doug, we're going to be sorry to see you go, but we're happy that you've been here as long as you have. So we have a certificate of commendation being presented today to Doug Weiss in recognition of your outstanding commitment and dedicated service as Palm Beach County's building official. Your considerable expertise and extensive knowledge have been both admirable and widely respected throughout the community and the profession. Over the past 12 years, under your guidance, the county's building division has launched innovative programs and implemented lasting efficiencies that have significantly enhanced service to our public. With sincere appreciation and best wishes for your retirement on this 8th day of July 2025, the Board of County Commissioners would like to recognize you. Thank you so much. You want to say something?
I'm grateful for having, you gave me an opportunity to serve. Thank you. That's it.
Well, I'll say a few words. Yes, stay here, Doug. Thank you, Mayor, and Commissioners, Vice Mayor, for recognizing Doug in this way. We're so thankful. Doug is, simply put, a brilliant man. He is respected by his colleagues and known for his knowledge. He has collaboration and his problem solving. Doug is unwavering in his mission to keep the people of Palm Beach County safe in the structures that they call home, work, and community. And while we may be saying goodbye to his daily presence, his impact will be felt for years to come. Now, everyone knows that Doug speaks his mind. He's honest, he's direct, and let's be honest, he's a little stubborn. But that determination and passion is rooted in something deeper, a profound commitment to public safety, a deep sense of responsibility, and a rare integrity that never wavers. I came to see that fire for what it really is, a mark of someone who took his job very seriously, who understood the enormous responsibility behind issuing a certificate of occupancy. That signature, his signature, meant that a structure was safe, sound, and built to last. He never took that lightly. And Doug has also been a tireless advocate for resiliency in the county as the county's floodplain administrator, being a fierce protector of our community against flood risk and future disasters. He's pushed us to be smarter, safer, and more prepared. I've only had the pleasure of working with Doug for the last 4 years, but I want to personally thank him for teaching me a tremendous amount and treating myself and our colleagues with great respect. I appreciate your strength and your professionalism in some very difficult situations, and also your willingness to work with the public to achieve fair and safe results. Doug, we will miss your expertise, your voice, your wisdom, your strength, afternoon coffees, and yes, even your stubbornness. But most of all, we'll miss your work, your heart for the work that you do and for the people that it protects. Thank you for all that you have given to the department and the county, and for setting the bar so high and leaving us a great foundation from which to build. You've left this county and all of us better than you found us. We wish you a well-earned retirement. I know that Susan and the girls and grandkids will be very happy to have you home. Thank you.
And if you don't mind, I have one comment card. Michelle DePotter.
Sorry, I need to be taller. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, Acting County Administrator Bond Laren, Council Kaufman, and Clerk. I really appreciate this opportunity to provide a few comments on behalf of your outgoing building official, Doug Weiss. I've known Doug for probably 20 years during his stint at the Gardens in West Palm Beach and finally here at the county. And I was away, Doug, when people were recording videos and attending your celebration on AGC business, so I especially appreciate the opportunity to get something on the record. Doug and commissioners, as you know, our industry often operates under intense pressure, as well as tight timelines, and the role of the building official is critical to not only ensuring safety and compliance, however, collaboration and mutual respect for one another. Doug, during your tenure, you have always consistently demonstrated a genuine and caring commitment to serving the construction industry with fairness, professionalism, and integrity. I think what stands out most to me and to my AGC members is the care for doing your job the right way, and importantly, always looking for ways to improve the process, supporting both contractors and the community, and serving to the absolute best of your ability. And I might add, despite at times deficits you may have faced, whether it be money or certainly a lack of staff that's been needed. You always brought a solutions-oriented mindset and a willingness to engage in productive dialogue, even when we may not have agreed, imagine that, sometimes even in the Florida legislature. But those issues were complex at times and challenging for both the building department and our industry, and you handled it with professionalism, always with an outreach to discuss what was going on. Thank you for all the times over the years you engaged as a speaker or a judge, giving of your time to the AGC's endeavors to educate and serve our members. By the way, like many of you up here and the staff, I probably learned a little more than I needed to know on the technical side. However, the credit, I always credit you to always wanting to teach us something. Whitney reminded me of that strong coffee. I swear I think it's the strongest coffee I ever had visiting someone in their office, but thank you for that, as my heart was racing as I left. But I, on behalf of my members, have valued and respected your expertise and your level of dedication. When you go into retirement, I hope that you feel appreciated by the years of service that you've given and the collaboration to me, AGC, and our whole entire construction industry. I hope you enjoy your retirement. I hope to see you around Jupiter, and we look forward to continuing the relationship and supporting the new building official when that person's selected. Thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate it.
Sure, come on. Come down. Come on in. Oh, we'll move this way. Everyone move this way. Keep moving, Patty. Keep moving.
Madam Mayor, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Commissioner Weiss and then Commissioner Powell would like to say something.
Doug, don't walk away. You're still with us, right, for a few more days? Thank you. So I can ask you to please come back. I've had the opportunity, you and I have known each other for getting close to 20 years now. I first met you when you came to the city of West Palm Beach, and you were the building official there. I think that the public doesn't really get to see the work that you do or understand the importance of it, but you really are responsible for making sure that our structures are safe, that people are kept safe, whether it's from, shoddy workmanship, bad design, or potential natural disasters. You're looking to keep people safe, and you have done that for our community for a long time now. And for that, it's a debt of gratitude that we owe you. And you, as was said earlier, your mark is going to be left here for many, many, many years to come. And so I just want to thank you for your years of dedicated service to our community. Thank you, Doug.
It has been my honor.
Thank you. Commissioner Powell? Don't go away, Doug. It looks like you're trying to sneak out, but not yet.
I just want to say, hey, thank you for your work. I've had the opportunity to work with you on the private side, and I started with the city of West Palm Beach a long time ago. You were the building official there. And, Doug, in these circles, sometimes people don't know, but you're like a legend. And the work that you do behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, making sure that our structure is safe, but making sure that those of us who are practitioners are able to maneuver through the process and do it the right way. I remember, quite a few years ago, I was standing outside of a building and you called my name, and I knew I think I was either a state representative or something, but the fact that you knew me, I was like, oh my gosh, Doug Weiss knows me. I'm just proud to have known you, proud of the work that you do and that you've done. I'm thankful for your friendship and your continued hard work, and I know you're going into retirement, but from me to you, if there's anything that I can ever do, please don't be afraid or don't hesitate to reach out to me. And like you helped move red tape for me, I'll do my best to do whatever I can for you and your family. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug.
Okay, we are on to the add-on of our agenda, and that would be item 4J1. This is the DOT Northlake presentation.
Thank you. While they're doing that, I'd like to take a point of personal privilege. I've had the opportunity, I know that Parks and Rec has also introduced Asia Scott, but I do also want to recognize another intern working in the county who is majoring in biochemistry and currently interning at She is a student also in Tallahassee, but at my other university, Florida State University. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to recognize Ms. Delina Johnson. Thank you for your hard work, Delina. It's good to see you here this morning.
Thank you.
And thanks to Ms. Deb for having her as an intern.
Okay, who goes first?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, good morning. Thank you for taking this add-on. We wanted to provide you a quick bit of information updating on the closure at the Beeline on Northlake. Certainly heard a lot about it and sharing a lot with you through the past few weeks, a lot of changing information. And we very happy and appreciate DOT making their representation available today, and not to confuse things, but our project administrator is Patrick Kennedy, not to be confused with the Patrick Kennedy to my right. So we'll call it the one in uniform and the one not in uniform maybe, but I'm going to ask him to kick it off. The presentation was provided to you previously, and we'll run through that right now.
Thank you. Again, appreciate the commissioners and staff allowing us the opportunity to come here today to give an overview of our project and more specifically a briefing on the work that's upcoming at the Northlake Boulevard Beeline Highway Railroad crossing. I do want to start for context to give a brief overview of our project in general. As you can see on the slide on the screen, our State Road 710 Beeline Highway Reconstruction Project is just over 3 miles long. It basically stretches from Blue Heron Boulevard to Northlake Boulevard. The work there, as you see on 710, is currently a 4-lane, what we call rural roadway section with no curb and gutter and stormwater runoff just off to the lateral ditches to the side. When we're done with the project, we will be having a 6-lane urban-type section with curb and gutter, all kind of the drainage to take care of the stormwater runoff, which will be then treated in the pond that you see in the upper right of the picture of the slide. In addition to the work on 710, we're also working on the turnpike. The bridge that you see in the picture there is the turnpike bridge over 710. We will be demolishing that structure in its entirety and creating a 10-lane ultimate section for the turnpike for that bridge across 710. And lastly, but not least, we do have work on the ancillary arterials at Haverhill Road, Jog Road, and as we all now know, Northlake Boulevard. So with that, go to the next slide. Just a quick snapshot of what we're doing out in the project now. The focus of the roadway work has been on that, what we'll call the north side of State Road 710, with the drainage installation, concrete barrier wall, and retaining wall construction, and also the roadway construction there. And even though this photo is only a few weeks old, the contractor has already, in this area, placed the first lift of structural asphalt and is moving along quite well in this area. So the focus has been on that north side of the road there. We're also, as you guys may already know, reconstructing and widening Blue Heron Boulevard to help improve capacity at that location. At this point, our bridge activities are including the foundation work for the new bridge and also mechanically stabilized earth wall along southbound Turnpike. So more specifically, for what we're here for today is the CSX crossing at Northlake Boulevard. Our upcoming activities, if again you could just kind of take a look at the picture on the screen there, the median area that you see grassed, for our next phase of construction, our contractor will need to come in there and tear out all of that grass median and put in temporary pavement. This is in order to shift the traffic eastbound. And by the way, I'm sorry, this is Northlake Boulevard looking eastbound towards State Road 710. So the median area will be temporary pavement, which will allow us to shift that traffic going eastbound to that median and create a work zone on that right side of the picture there. Now, what's important to note here is you'll see that there's a CSX gate and also a signal truss system that's within that current median that will have to be removed. As part of our project, CSX had already looked into putting in temporary signals and gates for accommodating our phase construction, but also at this intersection, they've had numerous concerns with safety for the rail itself. So as part of this phase shift, they're going to be reconstructing the rail in its entirety across this crossing. Now, the safety concerns are not necessarily for vehicular traffic, they're actually for the rail traffic. They've had concerns with, and even had Amtrak trains basically bottoming out in this roadway crossing. There's some differential settlement that's been causing issues there. So it does necessitate a replacement of that rail system. So which brings us to the upcoming closure that we're going to need in order to facilitate this work. There will be a full closure of the eastbound and westbound lanes at the crossing at Northlake Boulevard. The duration of CSX's work is expected to be 8 days, and once closed, the crossing will not reopen until the work is completed. Now, just for context, the rail work, they're literally going to cut the entire rail system out, remove the concrete panels for vehicular traffic, and recreate and rebuild the entirety of the rail section there. The closure for this work is set to commence on a Friday after the peak rush hour traffic, approximately 8 to 9 p.m., and will continue 24/7 until the opening is ready. Just so everyone knows, the track work will typically take place at night. The signal work will typically take place during the day, and our DOT contractor will also be out there preparing this area for their phase shift, basically 24/7 as well. We will talk a little bit more briefly in a second about emergency access, but of the utmost concern with this closure was allowing access for emergency and first responders, and we can say with certainty that that will be available 24/7. We've been kind of tossing around dates, and apologize for that. We've been dealing with CSX and getting their resources and materials together. They want to make sure that when they get out here and give us a date and hit the ground running and get this work done as efficiently and quickly as possible. Now, in coordination and in cooperation with all the interagency locals here, I do want to say that this has been a great effort between local municipalities, local commission, the vice mayor and the mayor, their office input as well. So it's been a great team effort. It's kind of an all hands on deck. We all take this work very seriously in the getting it done and quickly, so to mitigate any issues with the motorists and the people that live in those western communities. So we did have several coordination meetings about potential detour routes and options to enhance those detour routes. And I'm going to turn this over to Mr. David Ricks, the county engineer, to discuss that further.
Hey, good morning, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the board. I'm David Ricks, county engineer, director of engineering and public works. Just as Mr. Kennedy indicated, this has been an all-hands deck effort to do this. What you see before you is a detour route and alternate detour route. This has been coordinated with all the key stakeholders. We'll have connectivity with all the signals along the route and make signal timing changes remotely as needed. We have also coordinated signal timing on Royal Palm Beach Boulevard with the village of Royal Palm Beach for the signals they manage. We don't plan to have any road closures of any county road projects during this closure. In particular note, one of our projects is completing the construction of new lanes near the Seminole Pratt Northlake intersection. We'll make the lane switch to the new lanes by this Friday. Next slide. In terms of notification, there'll be signage to alert motorists. We'll be installing those in here pretty shortly. Additionally, we're working with Mr. Kennedy and his team to keep everyone informed to ensure we're communicating with one voice. The Public Affairs, Alicia D's team, has developed a communication plan that includes a dedicated webpage that go live once details are finalized. Mailers will be printed in English and Spanish and sent to all affected residences and businesses. We also plan to share updates with local news media and communicate directly with residents through Nextdoor, Connect PBC app, and social media. Next slide. This is the slide, as Mr. Kennedy indicated, talking about public safety. Access will be controlled 24/7 by law enforcement personnel with primary utilization for emergency services on-call or medical transport. The railroad, PBC, and DOT representative will meet 72 hours in advance of the planned closure for a go or no-go meeting, focused beyond potential tropical weather. Should a tropical storm or other event require evacuation of the western communities, CSS has committed to opening all eastbound Northlake Boulevard lanes utilizing temporary measures. Now I'll turn it over to Captain Muckridge from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Captain?
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the board.
Turn your mic on, please. Pull it towards you and turn the mic on.
Can you hear me now? Good morning. My name is Ryan Mugridge, and I serve as the commander for the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Traffic Division. Before I start, I want to say thank you to each one of you for renaming the road in honor of our 3 fallen deputies. We appreciate your unwavering support for that. Thank you. I also would like to acknowledge an outstanding partnership the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office has with your traffic engineering team. I can't recall a time when our working relationship has been this strong, and it's made a tremendous difference in our planning efforts. So the Sheriff's Office Traffic Division has been tasked with creating a comprehensive mitigation plan to manage expected impacts on Northlake Boulevard. PBSO is an asset-rich agency, and we're fully committed to deploying our resources to ensure the safe and efficient flow of traffic through our western communities. So overview of our plan. In conjunction with Palm Beach County Traffic Engineering, we did a field assessment to identify the most problematic and congested areas within the acreage. We'll be coordinating with the PIO to make sure we have public awareness to our residents. We have staggered shifts, so we will be operating to provide full coverage during rush hour in the morning and rush hour in the afternoon and evening hours. We plan to deploy all of our county-wide community service aids will be positioned at major intersections utilizing portable traffic control devices, as we refer to as pickles, to maintain flow and reduce delays. The Sheriff's Office Motor Unit will act as a quick reactionary force for any traffic-related incidents or major incidents within the region, since they have the mobility to get through traffic faster. They will maintain a visible presence to deter aggressive driving. We want to reiterate our goal is prevention, not enforcement. We're not aiming to stop any vehicles unless we absolutely have to. That would slow traffic down even more. Our Western Community Commanders will have supplemental staffing to ensure continued responsiveness to calls for service. We are actively coordinating with the Florida Highway Patrol, the West Palm Beach Police, Palm Beach Gardens Police, and all agencies will operate on a shared mutual aid channel for real-time communication. Florida Highway Patrol has been tasked with overseeing and monitoring the emergency response lane for access for emergency personnel at Beeline and Northlake. We will utilize our drones for aerial monitoring to provide real-time situational awareness, allowing us to shift our resources quickly and efficiently in real time. We have a command post that will be set up in our District 15 parking lot, which is the Midwestern, by the tax collector's office, I believe, over there by the Denny's. Our command post will have direct communications with Palm Beach County Traffic Engineering. We also invited our local elected officials to visit the post to observe operations in real time. We've been in contact with our local elected leaders from our western communities to address their concerns. We are aware of the issues involving impacts on D Road, F Road, and B Road, and we're prepared to redirect our resources as necessary. And we also are aware of the north to south influx of traffic on Seminole Pratt. We will staff, Northlake and Seminole Pratt, so we will staff that accordingly. So I just want to emphasize that we are all in this together, and together we will get through this.
That's next to the Chief Kennedy in uniform.
I'll be brief. So we definitely are working with our partners here and also our municipalities and our automatic aid agreements to make sure that we have proper coverage, whether it's going to be upstaffing, just working with traffic engineering, and also have somebody embedded at the command post to make sure that we have traffic flow and we can have a response.
Thank you. I know the Vice Mayor has her light on, but I'm going to go ahead and go first, which is only because, one, I want to say thank you all for this. I mean, we've had countless meetings, most of them virtual, but thank you, because this is a group effort. As you said, it's the municipalities, it's the county, it's FDOT, it's CSX. And I actually tasked engineering with going out and trying to find another exit route off Seminole Pratt, and I sent them off on a dirt road, and they said, Maria, great idea, but if we have any rain, we're going to be in the canal with cars. So just suffice it to say that we did exhaust every effort to try to find other ways out of this community. I do look forward to CSX giving us an actual date that hopefully does not fall within the calendar year of our school system. That would be very nice. There have been many questions of why it has to be closed for 8 days, why can't it be open, closed at certain hours and open at certain hours. But as you said, they're taking the entire track system out, so there's really no way for that, for any travel over those areas. Thank you to DOT for finding a way for traffic when we have emergencies. For those of you, if you go back to previous, the next one. If you'll see that loop road on the left side there, that's actually where people who are coming southeast on Beeline would turn to go onto Northlake. That is the road that we're going to access for emergency. That track system will be replaced at a different time. That road is actually going to be closed to traffic in the future when the spine road through Avenir connects all the way to Northlake. That road, so that will be closing, and there will be a different turning mechanism for that traffic. But that will be the emergency traffic. And I noticed on the slide where you had the crossover. Thank you for that, for determining where the crossover would be, because we just need to make sure that our folks are not getting to that point either. So there needs to be signage, and I'm sure you're all going to do this, like probably at where IBIS, the IBIS shopping center ends, because there should be no other reason to go there. Oh, I take that back. There's the water utilities, and there's also, I mean, there's the water utilities and the park, but suffice it to say, given what we've heard from the sheriff's office, that there will be a lot of people out there, there will be a lot of people monitoring traffic, there'll be a lot of people making sure that, where traffic is flowing properly. And I know one of the concerns is that people whose houses empty out, whose driveways empty out onto those streets, they have access to get out of their driveway, so there needs to be a staggering of some kind, and I know you all are prepared to handle that, and I think that might be what Vice Mayor was going to talk about too, sorry. But I just do want to say thank you, because this is a major undertaking, and I do want to say thank you to DOT, because they're actually going to speed up, this might be the only silver lining of all of this, is DOT is going to speed up the work that they were going to be doing around that intersection and do it while this intersection is closed, so we don't have to close the intersection again in the future. So with that, I will turn it over to the Vice Mayor, since she had her light on, and then Commissioner Weiss.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you for the presentation. Thank you for putting this all together. I'm going to ask some questions, and some may be a little repetitive. Do we have a final date?
So, you know, we've been targeting the 25th of July for quite some time. We got word from CSX last week that that may slip to August 1st. We've been told that we will have a firm commitment from them no later than tomorrow afternoon or at the latest Thursday morning. So at that point, you know, we'll get the word out to all stakeholders, as David said, start the social media and media blast for all that work and begin preparation.
Do you know, and have they mentioned if the removing the date of the July 25th to August 1st, was that because of them promising to give 3 weeks at all, or was there a logistical problem?
That was part of it, but it was also some logistical issues with material and resources. What they don't want to do is tell the public and everyone that we're going to start on July 25th, and then for whatever reason not get started until that next Monday or Tuesday. So they wanted to make sure they had everything in place 100% so that this work would happen efficiently as quickly as possible.
And again, just reiterating, we're all concerned that this will run into the school year. Is there a possibility it could start sooner, or is August 1st now the soonest it could potentially start?
So I have been in close contact with CSX. They're having an internal meeting tomorrow. That internal meeting, they're going to discuss trying to push that 25th date. We all know that with the 3 weeks, we've had notice out. The public is well aware of what's going to be happening at this point. So we feel like if we do give the 2.5 weeks instead of the 3 weeks, it would be better to get that work done earlier rather than later. So they are going to be pushing to see if they can make that 25th date happen.
Agreed, and thank you for that. It would be huge. I don't think this is going to be pleasant for any of the residents at all. So making it as least impactful as possible is the goal. Traffic control. So David, I wanted, for the purpose of the public to understand what we will be doing at the county while this closure is occurring.
We'll have connectivity to all our signals online, and we'll be making adjustments as needed, and working closely with the sheriff's office for those key intersections as we do that. And then, like I said earlier, there's several signals in the village of Warrior Palm. We have coordinated with them to adjust the signal timing along the signals that they manage themselves. So we have operational control of those signals also.
And will we have staff monitoring those
Yes, ma'am.
intersections that have cameras on them?
Yes, ma'am.
And will we have real live updates to timing and signalization as needed from the control room?
We will.
So that we can keep traffic flowing as smoothly as possible during this.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you for that. And Captain Mugridge, knowing that your guys are out there is going to be a huge relief. There are certain areas, especially as you had mentioned, the lettered roads in Loxahatchee Groves, that need a break in traffic just to pull out onto the road. So I know what it's like sitting at a stop sign trying to pull out onto a busy road without any break in traffic. So this adding, thousands of more trips down these roads, I can't imagine what they would be going through. So thank you for agreeing and working with us to have potential motormen out there and taking care of the residents, allowing them to get on and off of their roads. We did briefly discuss, if you want to reiterate, kind of how we may or need to approach that if it reaches that point, because I know you're going to monitor it.
Well, the number of roads in the Loxahatchee Groves.
Thank you, Mike.
There it is again. So the number of roads, we're going to have our motor unit. There's probably 28 motors who are assigned to the area. If needed, we'll pull more if we have to pull additional resources. Working with Captain Sant and Loxahatchee. And if we have to man those intersections to get people out, we will. The drones, we're going to be doing the aerial support to go over and say, okay, there's an issue on B road or D road, wherever it is, and we can send the motors over there if we have to. They can get there quicker than anybody else, and we'll get traffic to where they need to go safely.
That's going to be huge for those residents, so thank you
You're welcome.
so much. Oh, I also wanted to thank DOT for kind of taking on two birds with one stone, right?
Yeah.
Getting the signal taken care of and the rail so that we don't have to repeat this closure in the future. Thank you so much for that. Again, I don't think this is going to be pleasant for anyone, but just knowing that we're making the best use of the time as possible is a little bit of a silver lining. So thank you for that.
No problem.
Thank you. Commissioner Weiss.
Thank you, Mayor. And I'll just repeat the thanks from my colleagues, the gratitude for all of you working together. I know the town of Royal Palm Beach Gardens, the city of West Palm Beach, Loxahatchee Groves, all the municipalities that are going to be impacted. Everybody's working together, so thank you all for that. The one last thing I think to talk about is to our residents directly. If you can avoid, if you live out that way, if you can avoid having work done at your house, if you can avoid anything that's going to add to the traffic out there during this period of time, this week that we're going to have this closure, everybody will benefit from it. One less car is going to be one less car that everybody has to deal with. And, you know, if you have an opportunity, a nice staycation, you know, hopefully the weather will be nice. You can hang out in the backyard and maybe work from home. But again, you know, if we can all do a little bit, if everybody can just, you know, maybe a change in your schedule if you don't have to leave during rush hour or return during rush hour, again, everybody will benefit from it. And to the residents who have had to, you know, find out about this and, you know, sort of the panic that it created, everybody, I want to say thank you. People have approached this in a very thoughtful way, looking for solutions, being most concerned, quite frankly, about public safety, about the crews being able to get through if need be, and that was always been the number one comment I've heard from all the public that are going to be impacted by this, is that safety. So to our residents and business people that are going to be impacted, just thank you. This is not an easy thing to do. But it'll be over with, and we'll be in a much better place for many, many years to come.
Thank you. Todd, you?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I want to say first thank you to Mr. Kennedy for you and your team. The communication has been outstanding. The work with the broader partnership, we appreciate everybody as well who has come together in this effort. To the members of the board, I forwarded to you earlier this month a draft of our communications plan that we have in place and our public affairs team has been working on. I wanted to thank our local media for the coverage that they provided to this situation and getting the message out there, and want to make commitments also to our residents as well as to our local media sources that we will be there every step of the way to communicate. We'll make ourselves available, our professional staff, as our Board of County Commissioners has made to the media as well, to provide updates and work with DOT and CSX through this effort. So thank you, and unfortunately, you know, this is just what construction and progress means sometimes, but we're going to get through this all together. So thank you very much.
And Todd, I know that one of the emails that we received was about a request for if it were possible to work from home during that week for non-essential workers. Can you address that?
Yeah, so we've certainly have looked at that. I mean, one of the things that we've certainly encouraged individuals working closely with their employers to the extent that they have the ability to work from home and avoid getting on the road during those times. We've certainly looked at some of our employees. We've got about 1,000 or so employees that live in that region of the county. Many of those are essential workers that require them being on site. You know, firefighters, deputies, and PBSO, a lot of bus operators that we have in the region as well. But we're going to continue to look at that list and see if there are some accommodations that we can make. But I would encourage everybody to work with their employers and see if there are opportunities for them for that duration to work from home, or at least adjust their hours of commute sometimes in getting to and from their workplace.
Thank you. Commissioner Woodward.
Thank you, Mayor. Much of what I was going to say has already been covered by my colleagues. I just did want to reiterate, thank you to our media partners who are here too. I've been watching some of the coverage, and it almost seems like we could liken this to a impending hurricane. that we hopefully have blue skies for and no one loses power. But for the people who live in that area, if you were to treat this almost like a storm that's going to come and maybe block roads, this is not something we can push back. That this is supply chain rail. I mean, that this has to be done, so we have to do it. My question was, since we're kind of approaching this almost like an impending storm for the area, on the start date, because the coverage is fantastic, we're getting the words out, and our colleagues who have the district covered, is there potential for us to be a little more flexible with that date? I know you said they didn't want to start on a Friday and then have to push it back to a Tuesday. Do we need to push it back a full week to August 1st? Because I understand the concern to have school starting at this point. I mean, if they say July 25th, do we have flexibility to say July 29th, or even just a few days earlier would help with the school traffic?
So we're looking at all options for that.
Okay.
The biggest thing starting midweek would be we may affect 2 work weeks, basically. The context of why we kind of chose the Friday was to have the 2 weekends and the 1 work week be affected, if possible, and have that actually 1 day of cushion with that Sunday to be able to do that. There's possibility for that, but I think logistically and impact-wise, it may not be the best idea.
Do we know, has the school district been in conversation with us on this? Because it would be the week before school starts, but there's a number of activities that week before, including staff for the school district. Are they giving the ability to potentially work from home during that time?
We have been in contact with the school district. We've been communicating on what activities they have going. Don't know what their practices are, though.
Okay. Well, for all the residents in this area, we very much are sorry, but as you can see, we have a wonderful team here prepared to try to make this as painless as possible. It will be painful, but if you can stay home, if you can stock up, hit Costco before the time comes, I mean, hopefully it'll be nice weather, as you've said, have a staycation perhaps. But we are sorry for this, but the plan you've put together and the media plan that we have with Administrator Bonlaren, it's, I think, everything we can do. So I want to just thank you for that. And I'm sorry for the residents in the area.
Vice Mayor Baxter.
Thank you, Mayor. I've forgotten to mention, Todd, you briefly, Administrator Bonlaren.
I'm going to keep calling you Todd, sorry.
You had briefly touched on it a little bit. I would like us to set the example of, if we do have non-essential employees that live in those areas, to not require them to be on the road. And we have a lot of, obviously, Palm Beach County employees, so if there's any way they can work from home, or we can accommodate in some other way, I think that would be good for us to do. So if we could do that, please. Also, I would like you to update, we were working with the Tourist Development Council and Discover the Palm Beaches about the potential for a staycation that might not even necessarily be at your home, but just some discounted rates for residents who maybe want to stay local, but not where they live. So if you'd like to update where that stands and where they can go for that information, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. And just in ways of trying to be creative and minimize some of the impact of some of the road closures that we're going to see out there, we worked closely with Discover the Palm Beaches.